Okay, I figured it was time to make a quick video here on doing the blend door actuator in a 95 to 97 town car. Here's the replacement. So the trick to doing these, first of all, you take the glove box down, remove the little dampener, and remove the fasteners, take it out. Take out the hush panel, kick panel that's usually under here, held in with some plastic clips. Once you've done that, remove the two 8mm fasteners that are going to be up and under here that hold in the airbag. Pop it out, disconnect the plug, remove it. Remove your 7mm screw holding in the dash vent, pop it out. There's some retainer clips and stuff that hold it in. Then you have to use your dexterity, and if you have a 7mm ratchet, that might be handy, ratcheting wrench, but also a 1/4 inch drive 7mm, and you have two screws on the back side to remove to get your the dash vent out. As you can see, it goes in here. So once you get these two loose, you will have to get some of these hoses attached to that tube out of the way. There's a small bolt that's like a 1/4 inch drive that comes in with the backside that holds these together, which I don't know why they're doing that. But you'll want to get that out, and then you kind of finesse and work the tube down and out, because you want these tubes out of the way so you can do that. Then you'll want to remove the bracket. This bracket is a cross brace that runs, it runs from right here and it goes down to the dash. So it's firewall to dash and helps keep the dash from dancing. You have a 10mm nut right down here that you can't see behind this bracket, but maybe you can see it just from this angle here. Yep. Over here, you have a 15mm bolt down low. And then in this cavity up here, which I'm not sure with the lighting you're going to be able to see it, but you can see the gold in the top of the picture there. There's a 15mm bolt there. You want to thread them in just a little bit. Remove all your 5.5mm screws across the top and pull the dash back. But you don't need to take it all the way back, because I know that instructions say you need to take the whole dash out, but skip that. So once you've done that, you have these 8mm tapping bolts that go into the plastic casing in here for your blend door actuator. And you can see there's this metal hinge here is what opens and closes the door depending on heat and temperature. There are 4 attachment points that you can see in the picture there. You can, with the dash pulled back enough, this one's, of course, the front's easy. This one back here requires some more effort. The back two you can't get to. It's not possible. So the trick is usually you're able to just take the blend door actuator, which is usually positioned in the car like that. You can flex it enough and it'll snap the ears off here. You are not snapping off these hyper over-engineered legs that they bolt into. They are not going anywhere. But these cheap flimsy little ears, they'll snap off. Usually you can just lift up on it and it'll snap the ears off. But in my particular example with the original one, unfortunately, one of them did not want to move, so I ended up using these I guess you could call them pliers here, which I typically use for cutting wire, but in plastic it'll be fine. And I just chopped my way through the plastic, and eventually I got to the point I could lift up and snap the biggest chunk off. Once that was gone, then I was able to rotate the remaining piece, which it's somewhere here. Obviously doesn't matter at this point, but I was able to rotate, I think it was this actually. I was able to rotate the piece around enough to be able to get a ratcheting wrench in, and then I was able to work it back and forth and take out the fastener. And then once you have that out of the way, then you can get to the other one in the back there and remove that one. It is not necessary. You do not need 4 fasteners holding this thing in. Gravity's holding it in. You get these 2 in, plus it locks in over this arm right there. It's not going anywhere. You certainly can if you want, but it's not necessary. And once you have that all bolted back together, do not forget to plug it in. That would be embarrassing if you had forgotten. I just tucked it up out of the way. And otherwise, then you just put everything back together the way that it was removed. So hopefully that helps you out. That's the trick. And having these out of the way allows you some room and ways to get in at things, because otherwise it's just you can't do anything with the dash vent. You can't come up from the bottom here. There's no room here. So there's the trick. Hopefully that helps. Thanks for watching.